The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. On this 19th of November, Wednesday, we're looking at the Dow up 107, but I want you to show you the E-mini. Look at this. It made a low this morning at, let's see, the low was 6613.25. I should know that because I got in at the 6642. And but it got out just because of my show. I had to get out. So very nice single leg to the upside. And what are we looking at? I think this could turn out to be a two-click session. I'm already at 2 clicks. A pity about that. I could still get back in on a sharp pullback. Meantime, what we're looking at, which is very interesting, is that, let me go through this. I'll go to the chart right here. So there's a technique that I use in the Chapman way. This is what I show, the white charts right here. That's what I show every day to subscribe to my opening call. I give a market call on the Dow every single day. It really is a kind of an overview, but it's really focused on the Dow. And I had this as a Chapman wave inside wedge, dash pink downtrend, target support line. We went just under it yesterday to 45,913, and then we bounced, and we anticipated there should be a bounce. I'm looking at, there could be a bounce and even goes above yesterday's high. We'll see about that. Depends on what NVIDIA says, and also with whatever the jobs number is. But if there is a rally, I'm suspecting that we make an arch and we start to fold, roll over, let's put it that way, into next week. But I am looking at the chance. Now, I don't. Today's not Technical Friday. I'll do it on Friday. I am looking at the chance. First of all, I just wanted to show you this. This is a very simple technique. 9-period moving average on the Dow was green. It went pink. That takes it to a sell mode. So the Dow is still very, very weak. We anticipated that. We also anticipated that there would be, right here, that we were in a sell mode based on this particular technique, another technique where I've called it the Chapman Wave Dark News Cloud Cover. In other words, the market is starting to respect the news as being serious, something to take seriously. And it was tariffs and the Mideast. Now it's going to be everything else. And we're looking at the Dow up 110 at 46,200. I'm anticipating we're underneath this up channel support. This is called the Chapman Wave Dark News Cloud Cover using the Dow daily chart. Basically what it says is that every once in a while, I don't want to go through the internal high and the residual high, but I get to a point in the market where I'm watching things and I'm saying, now we could start to see something aggravate the market, where before, just like water off a duck's back, it just ignored the same thing yesterday. Suddenly today becomes important. And now it's important. But what's really, for me, critical is how we get an internal low. Look, we got an internal low there. Where was that? That was on the 14th of October, had a bounce and retested higher, and that was called the residual high, residual low, I'm sorry. Then we got an internal high, and we got the residual high, and now we've pulled back. So I'm expecting sometime, just because of the pattern that I'm looking at here, and based on my analysis of the VIX index, that sometime very soon, maybe next week or the following week, that we get some kind of a very sharp rally in the VIX index, and that gives me my internal low. Then we wait for some kind of a bounce and a retest. We'll see what happens. All right. So within that context, I'm just going to go on to the, let me do that again. So Dow right now, INDU. Dow is trading up 110 at 46,207. S&P is trading, got to change that. S&P is trading, there we go, up 57. Having made a low yesterday of 6574, This is a red, and look, this went above yesterday's candle. So this is now called a gray A. Can it fail? Absolutely, it can fail. But it's a gray A, meaning that it's a bounce, but I haven't got any of the technicals to confirm to say it's blue. Blue would be very positive, saying you're going to a D, but no, A. And the stochastics at 23%, but that weekly chart has made a peak F/B. I think in the end it's going to be a toss-up to see whether we make a peak F, pull back, and then start a new buy mode, whether this is just a continuation pattern. QQQ, NDX 100, made a low yesterday in the 590s. Here it is at 605, nice gray A, turnaround in the on-balance volume, but not very strong. MACD, the histogram, that's the distance between the red, that's the red 26-period exponential moving average, and the 9-period differential is still very wide. So this is going to take a little while for it to cross positive. So that's what I'm looking at. There's strong resistance at 609. Looking at the QQQ, that's... Did I just do this? This is a QQQ. Strong resistance at the 609 level. IWM, the Russell 2000, a very nice move up. Gray A, up 2.03 at 235.50. Very weak technicals. Let's see. Yeah, the histogram is just starting to improve a little bit. It's going to take quite a while. 237 is a very strong resistance. I'd love to see it actually get there. The 237. Let's go to the gold. Gold right now is trading up 57.7. Look at the GDX. It was holding the 9-period moving average yesterday. As I said, that was good action. This is a very nice move, 2.21 to the upside, 77.86. That's the reason why we kept our core position, small core position, in the gold, because I think this is not done. It's still acting pretty well. Let's go to silver, SI. Silver trading right now. Is that up as well? Up $1. Whoa, up $1.46. That's very strong. Let me just refresh there. There it comes. There's this cup and handle potential pattern. It's at 51.564. Now, we've still got our core mining, and that took over, was it NGX, I believe it was? NGX, yeah, and it kind of paid the penalty for it, but we still kept the core position because I still think it had a chart pattern that said that the 9-period moving average in the weekly was still strong, and there could be a bounce, but it needs to get to, it's at 1497. We're in from 7.92. It hit 23.61. We took lots of gains on it, but now I'd like to see it at least attempt to get to the 1665 level. Let's go to high-grade copper. Oh, got a lot to talk about here. High-grade copper is up 0.05 at 5.02. It's just stuck in a range, but if it can flip to positive on the 9-period moving average, it could get to the 5.10 area. If it can get to over 5.10 this week, that'll be very positive. What am I missing? I'm missing Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin, turn around. You've been beaten to the downside. Yeah, Bitcoin is now down 8.10 at 92,115. Wow, I just saved the bell because I had said 97,500, and the low yesterday was 89,323. So it's in this area that I said, to me, that would be kind of important because it must get out of the 90,000 and get into the 100,000, 105 really, to say, phew, I can at least have a decent bounce. But I'm not expecting much more right now than a bounce. Next thing I want to look at is NVIDIA. So SMH is trading.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, so there's still a single leg A in the 5-minute chart of the E-mini, and in the 10-minute chart, leg A. Unbelievable. It's gone from 6613.25 to a high, a recent high of 6709. Ooh, that's a big move. Very nice. Okay, let's get back to our story now. I think we're going to have a little bit of a digestive phase before we get into the 1020 area where new buying comes into the general market. Okay, here we go. So I'm looking at, I had to just move my, here we go. Okay, so questions came in. Let me just get to this, JEF and BX. So BX. That's Blackstone. Blackstone Inc. mergers and acquisitions made a peak F just over 200 back in, right, here we go, right in November, a year ago exactly. Whoa, a year ago it was at 200.96. Oh, let me type this in. 200.96. And then it took a little bit of a dive. It went to 118, I think it was. Let me just check this out. It went to 115.66. 115.66. But then what did it do? It had a huge rally. And the rally went to this peak D that was made, a double top. Oh, I have a whole thing written down here about double tops. A double top right here on the 18th of September to 190.09, pulls back for 3 sessions, retests at 189.88. So there's your double top. I can't believe how many double tops we've got over the last month or two. And then pulls back. And where is it now? It's at 136.90. So the question is just putting it out there. Yes. So if it continues weak like this and it takes out 132 support, 120, I think it's going to break a hold. The last time it hit the 200 period moving average was the low, the exact low right there. The week of the 11th of April of this year, it went to 115.66, and then it took off and went to this peak C. That could be a failure pattern because, and all I can say is that I think the 127 low that you've got here, I got a feeling it's going to stall just above it at 129 to 131. That's kind of my clue. So let's look at it again next week. I wouldn't do any buying. This is in the mergers and acquisition area, kind of slowing down a little bit right now. So I don't think there's a rush to get into this, but it is always on my list. This one and BLX, Blackstone. This is Blackstone. What's BLX? Maybe I'm wrong. BLX. Oh, Blackstone. Banco Latamia. No, it's not that. So BX. And, oh, well, I can't remember. BXK. Nah, I'm just guessing. All right, let's go back to your BX. Okay, so Blackstone, yeah, look, the 9-period moving average went across negative right here. What a beautiful technique. On the 30th of September, it went pink. It is still pink. So I think it has to close above 148 to actually turn that pink into green. That's at the moment. If it goes lower, that'll be a different price tag. So I'm looking at this and saying, not very good at all. So and the other one, I don't think I've ever done JEF. Let me see what JEF is. JEF is, Jefferies Financial Group. Yeah, so this is in the financial group. Look, it goes peak A, peak B, peak C, and it's really making an arch formation. All I can say is that at 54, in the next week or two, if it takes out the low of yesterday, which was 50, if it closes under 51, I think it's going to retest the low of the 16th of October at 48.51. But the weekly chart is starting to show some signs of positivity. And if at any point come the first or second week of December, there's some kind of a rally above the 58.03 200-period moving average, and it can break above the high that was made on the 12th, which is 59.42. That's the first time I'm going to say to you, I think now we're looking at Jefferies is making peak A, peak B, and headed towards a peak C, a leg C, and that would be very positive. But right now, it's just stuck in a trading range. Next question came in, SOXX. Yes, so it's very interesting. I kept trying to assess everything in terms of, so let's just look at the SMHs, because this is basically 3 times along the SMH. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, I spoke about it. I never did it for subscribers. I wanted to buy the NVDD. This is NVIDIA trading up 571 and 187.09. Here's another double top, 212.19 on the 29th of October, 211.34 with starting to weaken technicals. And I said to subscribers, I don't have the guts to do it, but I would love to be buying the NVDD, and that was down in the 34s, because I think that NVIDIA's got a problem. Now, that was then. Since then, that NVDD has gone to a little double top. It made 40.47 on the 7th of November. And the trouble with these is that look how quickly it pulls back. You could 36.18 the very next day. I mean, that percentage-wise. And then the high yesterday was just under that previous one, which was at 40.16. Now you're pulling back again. So let me just go through this for a second. It'll be more than a second. Within the context of NVIDIA being the boss for so long, now we're starting to see some competition. Look at the chart of advanced micro devices. It's at a higher level. It's having a consolidation as well. But there's your challenge. I mean, you can go through all these different ones. Look, MU goes to an all-time high 3 days ago. It had 257.07. This is Micron. It had 257.07 on the 10th. And on the 17th of November, it goes to 260.58. Double top, pulls back. So there's a lot of competition going on in the field, not necessarily against NVIDIA. And I'm just suspecting that if NVIDIA comes out with something today, it has to be absolutely spotless. It has to everything has to be within the context of, wow, oops, you can't have any oopses. And if there is an oops, my suspicion is that NVIDIA, it doesn't have to break down, doesn't have to go under 175, but it could stall here and just go sideways as we're consolidating. but the weekly and the monthly charts are still really strong. So that's the reason why I thought, you go short something like this, or for days I've been talking to, showing my subscribers SOXS. That's what we wanted, but look how quickly it gives it back. I mean, a low of 299 was it? A low of 313 on the 29th, and it goes to 3 times short the SMHs. It goes to 420. Well, you say, oh wow, I mean that's a 30% gain. Yeah, but you had to get it perfect, and you couldn't put stops in because you would have been taken out. You would have had to just ride it. And now it's down to 403 after yesterday hitting 448. 448 to 403, that's a 12%, just like that. So it's a really tough thing to say. I'll be back because there's a lot to talk about. Dow's down, up 80, S&P's down, up 61.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So we've got that leg A in the 5-minute chart went to a peak A, and now it's a peak A in the 10-minute chart, and it was a peak F in the 1-minute chart, and it's been pulling back. It's gone into a sell signal to sell mode in the 1-minute chart. All right, we'll be back in a moment to that, but in the meantime, let's go to questions to come in. So Broadcom, which is AVGO is a symbol, trading at 357, up 16, gray A, gray B, went to a peak C and then a pullback. Now, it's very unusual to go to an all-time high at a C, so I don't know why I didn't do that. I should have put immediately that it was an E/C and just leave it and see what happens. Let us see if it plays out, E/C. It hasn't broken the low that was made back on the 12th or 13th of October in the 320s. So this is acting well. That's what I was saying, that the SMHs are still very, in terms of their longer term, intermediate to monthly charts, still very strong. So let's just say NVIDIA really takes a dive. There are others that are kind of sitting there ready to take up the slack, but at the same time, we could see time rather than price. So that would say that this low is sacrosanct, because if NVIDIA takes a dive tonight into tomorrow morning after the call, and is bad news with the jobs report, this low that was made on the 10th of October at 324.83, that could be taken out very quickly. And then you're looking at the next low that was made on the 25th of September of 313.60. So I'm kind of hesitant. We've got plans here that if there's a very strong rally today, what we want to do, why we want to do it, etc. But we've raised cash, and just looking at certain areas that we want to add to that we are long. Love those areas, but they really were due for a good pullback, and that's what they've got. This is going to be a very interesting week going into the end of next week. Now, let me just go here. I wanted to see for a second how you see the pink. Does it go back to green? Does it make a cup formation and retest the high and start a leg B now, or does it wait? That's the question for the E-mini. All right, let's get back to our story. We want to look at the dollar. Question came in about the currencies. Look, the dollar is now having a decent move. Isn't that amazing? Now, you remember, maybe it's a year ago, I said, this year, I think we're going to start to see a divergence between my standard 6 icons. That's Bondi, Crudy, Dolly, Goldie, and Vixie. What are those? That is bonds, crude oil, the dollar, gold, and the volatility index. Why? Because the relationship that we had seen before, where the gold goes up and the dollar goes flying to the downside, that all got thrown out the window, where the dollar actually went up and the gold went up, but everything was mixed. The fact that the yields went higher should have tanked the market, and the market has held pretty darn well considering. So all of those were they used to be a kind of a theme that those particular instruments stuck to. Dollar goes up, yields come down, just all that stuff is just out the window. It's something completely different now. So the dollar is acting well. The 200-period moving average of 99.99. So at 100, let's just say that's the resistance. But the fact that the 9-period moving average on this pullback held as the price of the dollar went down is a very strong. That means I can draw in the cup formation, and that the weekly chart at a peak C is probably going to make a leg D. And that kind of pertains to the 917 was the low in the dollar. The S&P high, if you're talking about how there was a period where if the dollar was strong, the market was weak, well, the dollar high was 2 months later, 29th of October. So that doesn't really work anymore. I have to look at everything individually. So the dollar's acting well. EUR, USD should be weak. And there it is, ABC at a fib reversal at 1.165, trading at 1.154. down 0.003. That's the, and look, the weekly chart is so close to seeing that 9-period moving average flip pink. It hasn't done that yet, but it's very close. It's a peak F in the monthly chart with the left side, right side price time match. It came in a bit late to get there, but it did. And the USD JPY, this is the currency. Look at that. Nice move to the upside, breaking. I said last week, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I was looking at this. I said, will this break? Just time alone can break the trend line, but not if the technicals are improving. And I said, if the monthly chart, MACD, crosses positive, it hasn't yet, that's going to give another boost to a breakout, if in fact there is a breakout. And look at this cup formation. Look at that, cup formation. And it looks to me like the yen is trying to push to the upside, US dollar yen currency pair. Okay, and look, be moving. Look at the relative strength. Good. The MACD, the stochastic is rallying. It's not great. It's at 53%. But look at the weekly chart. It's still in a leg F/C. It really looks like a C. I didn't put that in as a C because it had pulled back over there when I was looking at it. Yeah, this is very strong. Could I draw that in? Yes, I'll do that. Should I do it now? I'll hint to it. So the high that would be made at on the 10th, the week of the 10th of January this year of 158.88. Can we do that? Let me just draw this in. I don't know if this is a little bit high, but I'm going to make it. Let's see if we can do it. So where would I go to the plumb line? I always like to find, if I can't find something like a peak or a valley, then I look for a doji candle. So let me just type this in here and see if we got anything. Well, that goes all the way to December. It says by December, that's a little bit far, but I'm going to just leave it for now. By December, can I get an inside? Yep, there it is. Okay, there's your Chapman Wave inside wedge, target, green, dash green. There it is. Target repellent line. Green, and make it dashed star. There it is. Okay, and that says this week we've got resistance at 157.03, and it's trading right now at 156.57 in a leg G/B. Very strong. Going to resistance, fib resistance. Very nice. So the yen is acting very well. All right, what do we want to do? Did I hear the break? God, these breaks come so quickly. Oh, Nike trading right now. Oh, it's got that H pattern. Got to be careful. Yes, it is rallying, but it doesn't look too great at this particular point. I'll be back. Dow's up 87, S&P's up 58. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, Rhodes. I had a question about Medtronic, MDT, and the question was, let me just move this to the side, move that to the side. There we are. Okay, get back to my normal 3 panels, equal spacing, right? I don't know how that got there. Maybe that's a hint. All right, so MDT is Medtronic. It's trading up 19 cents at 100.99. I've mentioned to subscribers over and over again, we haven't had it for some reason. I have a family member that has this MDT. We followed it for years now, and it... when it goes down really sharply. When it rallies really sharply. So the question is, let me see, Capone, Basil, do you have a view on MDT Medtronic for 2026? So this was taken, it was an American company taken over by an Irish company, and Medtronic PLC does medical instruments. So let me just show you something very interesting. I'm going to put that there. This is the monthly chart. I'm going to put in Boston Scientific, which is at what made all-time highs 3 months ago, a fantastic company, and it is trading at 96, and it did hit 109. What was the other one? Oh, well, I'm not going to waste time on there. There were at least 2 or 3 others that I wanted to do as that came up. But let me just go back to Medtronic, and let me show you something interesting. So here's the market. It's from the low that was made on November the 1st or the 3rd. This has gone from 89.04. 89.04. It was trading at just under 100 before that, 89.04. And where is it today? It's trading at 100.99. It hit 102.59. That is a very, very nice rally. And it is only in leg B in the daily chart. And the monthly, so first of all, the monthly chart broke out. Is this a brand new A? I'm calling it an E for now. Let's just let it do the usual. It looks like a staple, right? Look, here's your left side, almost a head and shoulders. Here's your left side shoulder. There's the head at 68.29 back in I think it was a year ago. And now it's gone peak A, peak C, D, and it's in the leg E. It broke out of the rectangle. Remember what I say about arch formations? Closing 2 out of 3 bars above an arch high would be very positive. Well, it's done that. Now it's tackling these charts. Now, if this is an A, I'm going to say to you, there's no question this goes skyrocketing into 2026. If it's an E, they could pull back at any time. So therefore, I have to look at the sandwich, which is the outer, the bread. There's the monthly on the one side, bread on the other side, daily. The weekly is the meat of the whole thing. Here is the question. it pulled back with the 9-period moving average, very sharp. It hit the 200-period moving average, which has been a magnet. Now it's the whatever, when you turn around a magnet and it pushes things up, well, look what's happened. It's in this brand new leg to the upside. Is this an old D or is this a brand new A? It's the same thing as the weekly chart, monthly chart. All I can say is that the MACD turned up again. The stochastic's still weak at 51%. The on-balance volume is very good in the weekly chart, but it's that 914 that I love. So now I open up the weekly chart. Look at that. And it says, not for ages. Let me squeeze it here. Squeeze to see where we can get a left side. There you go. So where would I go? I would go to this high right here, the high of the May, week of the 20th of May, 2022. And I try to find if I can get a left side, right side. And I always go, I call this the Grand Canyon. I don't go to that high. I push up against the wall there and I move to the right. And on a visual basis, I say, okay, this low right here, I like to find doji or peaks and troughs that I can use. I think I can use that one there. Okay, so we go there, we go click. And what does it do? It says that I don't know if I can go that, too far. Oh, wait, I don't have to go that far. So let's go backwards. So I'm going to have to go to tiniest doji candle. That's that one there on the 16th of Feb. So here we go, tiniest doji candle. That makes sense. And then I do left side, right side. I do this Chapman wave inside wedge, target, and I just do the line. I don't draw the line to go anywhere other than just to draw the line. Then I say, can I make this match? Taking too much time, but this is not Technical Friday. But it's a really good question. Why do I want to spend time on it? Because we're right in an area that says if these medical and if the healthcare area continues to be strong, regardless of what the market does, that's going to be one of our bellwethers for 2026. It's going to say, hey, that's an area that's going to carry us through no matter what happens, and this is in the area. So I want you to take a little time, and it tells me that I'm going to make it by the end of December, beginning of January, Medtronic should test 106.33. We're at 6 right now, 100.84 right now. It's 6 points to go. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it there. And the reason why I wanted to do that, because if it overlaps into 2020, which will be right there, that says 2026 could be very nice for Medtronic. So the other parameters, you see the gap, it must have been earnings or something. If it fills the gap and goes into the candle of 3 sessions ago, the 17th of November, between 97.25 and 95.80, let's call 97 to 95. If it does at any time this year, I'm giving it the 6 weeks or whatever it is left of the year, I'm going to say I have to reassess. But if it can hold and if it can get to 104 by next week, or certainly in November, I'm going to say that's a really good action, and that's very positive for Medtronic. As it stands right now, higher highs and higher lows, that's what you got to look at. This is a buy mode in the monthly chart. It looks very positive. I want you to spend time because we've also got something like a Johnson & Johnson, which even, it went higher today. I thought it would pull back, give us a chance to get in. 200.28, 200, this is still leg B. You see the way these healthcare stocks, Johnson & Johnson, doing so well? What a silly thing. Yesterday, 3 days ago, I chose something else instead of this, but this was the one to get into. Even if it would have been only just a few percentage points, it's in the right area. Man. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So so I hope that helped you. Basil, MCRB. This is Sears Therapeutics, but it's SEER, like a seer, right? Sears Therapeutics, man, I've got so many of these small biotechs that have been look at ARQT, look at this. Man, Arcutis Biotherapeutics, look at this one. I've mentioned before, AXSM. This is an amazing company. Look at that. Axum Therapeutics trading at 148.50, up $1.02 today. Yeah, you're in the right area. I'll come back to that in a moment as we wrap up for the final segment. Dow's now pulling back. Dow's down negative, is now negative, down 16. S&P's up 42. Ooh, look at that from a peak. I'll be back in a moment.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Yeah, I'll get back to that in a moment, but I just want to show you, look, that peak F that we looked at with the silent doji previous to that, the high that was made in the 1-minute chart at 10:18 this morning at 6709.00. Look, that pink 9-period moving average, and where did we go to? The 200-period moving average. Maybe it'll stall here a little bit, but it's like an Eiffel Tower in the E-mini. Oh man, I'd love to do one of these sessions, because look at that. This is the Eiffel, straight up, straight down. All right, let's get back to our story here and what I'm looking at. So this is MCRB is microbe, I guess, or something. Sears Therapeutics up 2.96, up almost 12%, 27.67. This is what I love. Look, this is like the base that was formed in the XAU back in 2000 when I used to stay. It was at 44, and a long base like a bowl. Look at that. It's a beautiful bowl for me. If this actually succeeds, and it's a biotech, so anything can happen, but you always have to look at the left side high. So it says if it can take out 30.60, which was the high of the week of the 19th of July, then it can go to the next high. But it might be very quick. 41 is a round number high of January of 2024. But look at that beautiful base. So you don't want to break under 18 or 17. That'll stall everything. Right now, it's looking very good. So congratulations. Good eye. Dan. So let me just do this for a moment as we're about to go to finalize, and you're going to Steve Rhodes. Yes, it's breaking down. So as I'm looking at it right now, the Dow still very, very weak. It had an opportunity to rally and hold. It hasn't been able to hold today. This is not very good news. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, unless it can get to the 46,200, 46,300 in the next 3 sessions or 4 sessions, this doesn't look good at all, because that's impacting the weekly chart to finally make a peak D. As it stands, it looks like it's going to make a peak D. And then you can expect time and price. We'll see what happens in the next week or two. In the meantime, be careful, raise cash. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Check out my Opening Call Daily Newsletter.